Now on 12, police are searching for the person who shot and killed a Bed-Stuy man during a robbery in Manhattan. Plus, the Canarsie community worried about the safety of their neighborhood, all because of an abandoned property that is neglected. Meanwhile, a local gym is working to teach members of the LGBTQ community to lift and train in a judgment-free zone. The message of empowerment from strength for all ahead. And definitely beautiful weather this weekend for outdoor activities, but will the work week be the same? We're going to let you know in your hyperlocal forecast. Thank you so much for joining us on News 12 Brooklyn. I'm Amanda Bossard. We begin with 12 on crime news. A Brooklyn man dead after being gunned down during a robbery in Manhattan. Now as authorities search for his killer, his family wants justice. News 12 Brooklyn's Arnold Davik has the story from Bed-Stuy.
A family in anguish today after 24-year-old Charles Reynoso was brutally killed.
They ripped somebody out of our lives that's irreplaceable.
It all happened Saturday morning around 5 a.m. Reynoso was on West 166th Street in Manhattan with a group of 4 other friends. Investigators say that's when several people tried to rob the group. Charles's family saying the young man then tried to stop the robbery and was shot in the head in the process.
They cut his dreams, they took his life, they took everything he was working for, they took it from him.
The young man, affectionately known as Charlie, killed just days before his 25th birthday. Today, his mother devastated. She tells me in Spanish it feels like a piece of her heart has been ripped away. His father, his siblings in tears. Today, they're joined by family and friends at their home.
He knew what it was to take care of his mother. He knew what it was to take care of his family. He was a man of his word.
Police say they're searching for at least 3 people in connection with this homicide. Now, as his family mourns, they want the killer caught.
I want justice for my brother.
And it's just sad how he died, and the person who killed him is going to pay for this. Because he was always there for my family. He loved me, he loved my brother, he loved my mom.
The NYPD says no arrests have been made. This is an ongoing investigation. In Bed-Stuy, Arnold Davik, News 12 Brooklyn.
Arnold, thank you. Meanwhile, police are investigating after a man was stabbed in Sheepshead Bay. It happened near 3661 Nostrand Avenue around 12:30 Sunday morning. Police telling us the victim is expected to be okay, but investigators are searching for the person responsible. Meanwhile, a woman is hurt after falling from a fire escape in Bed-Stuy. Police saying it happened around 6 Sunday morning at a building on Halsey Street. They say the 28-year-old woman was climbing down from the roof when she fell 4 stories and hit the ground. She was taken to Kings County Hospital and is said to be in critical condition. And police are asking for your help to find a teenager who they say has been missing since Saturday. This is 18-year-old Pierce Isaiah. Police say he was last seen at around 4 o'clock at his West 21st Street home. He's about 5'9", weighs about 165 pounds, and has brown eyes and black hair. And he was last seen wearing black pants, a white t-shirt, and white sneakers. And police are also looking for 29-year-old Alexis Lavario. We're told that he was last seen Saturday at around 8 in the morning at his West 9th Street home. Lavario is about 5'5", 220 pounds, and he has brown eyes and long black hair. He was last seen wearing blue shorts, a black t-shirt, gray Nike sneakers as well. We're told he was also seen driving a white 2014 Subaru Legacy 4-door sedan with New Jersey license plates. And officers are also searching for 84-year-old Julio Duran. Police saying that he was last seen at around 2 Saturday afternoon inside of his home on Stockholm Street in Bushwick. He's said to be 5 feet tall. He weighs about 100 pounds and he has brown eyes and gray hair. Of course, if you have any information on any of those cases that we just mentioned, please call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS. And for Spanish, you can dial 1-888-57-BISTA. In other news now, a transgender inmate found dead in a cell on Rikers Island Friday. The New York Post reporting the inmate was found unresponsive in the Rose M. Singer Women's Facility around 2:30 in the afternoon. The paper says medics responded and tried to revive her for about an hour before she was pronounced dead. And the NYC Department of Correction tweeting late Saturday night, saying in part that it is investigating the tragic death, adding, quote, "We take this matter extremely seriously. We have so far determined the death was not the result of violence or foul play. We will share more information as we determine the cause. Switching gears now, it's time for a look outside in your hyperlocal forecast.
Hello again, everybody. Meteorologist Pat Calvin here with an updated look at your forecast. Checking out the scene here from earlier this evening. Obviously, this was right at sunset or just after sunset. This is from Earth Cam. We're looking over Midtown Manhattan. There's the Empire State Building, One World Trade, Jersey City. Great visibility. But notice the clouds on the horizon. Those are on the way for Monday. So temperatures tonight dropping back through the 60s. It's going to be dry. We got low humidity out there for now. That will also change, though, as we get into the start of the week. A few high, thin clouds for now. As we widen the shot, you can see showers and storms down to the south. Those are going to increase in coverage and move north as we get into Monday. Tonight, though, it's mostly clear with clouds rolling in late. I would say by sunrise, we start to notice more clouds for Monday. It's cooler, but it's still muggy, and we will see those tropical showers and thunderstorms in there. The good news, though, they're out of here pretty quick. We'll see an early shower chance Tuesday, but then it becomes sunny through the course of the day with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. So through the overnight, upper 50s, mostly clear, late clouds, otherwise comfortable for your Monday. Cloudy, muggy, showery, a few thunderstorms possible as well. Downpours likely. Temperatures in the upper 60s to around 70. As we get into Tuesday, that rain chance goes through the overnight and into Tuesday morning. The Tuesday morning commute is going to be rough. We're talking about heavy downpours in the morning hours, but by midday, we dry things out, sunshine comes back, it's breezy, it's warm, sunshine then for Wednesday, another rain chance Thursday, and then a gorgeous stretch from Friday into Father's Day.
Pat, thank you. In a story we first brought you last year, some Canarsie residents still say they're concerned that an abandoned property on Avenue K can be dangerous to the public. News 12 Brooklyn reporter Hannah Klieger is there with the story.
I was seeing, TV screens in here, computer screens, regular garbage.
Those are just some of the things Canarsie resident Keon Marshall says have been littered on his neighbor's property on Avenue K and East 103rd Street for months.
It's blocking up the sidewalk wherein pedestrians can't walk.
When we first reported this story last year, Marshall says the Department of Sanitation came to clean it up. Since then, he says the shrubs got out of control again and the property hasn't been touched until now. Just this weekend, he saw a young man who is not the property owner cleaning up the yard.
Last time we actually had this issue addressed was last year when I had to call News 12 Brooklyn, and they were here on Monday to cut everything up.
Marshall showed us these photos of what the property was looking like until this weekend. For now, Keon Marshall says he's relieved that the property has been cleaned, but he is calling on the property owner or the city to maintain this effort.
Is this going to be something that's going to be maintained on a bi-weekly basis? Because we can't have this growing incessantly out of control like this. This is a no-no.
The Department of Sanitation tells us that getting access to clean the property takes multiple steps, including sending the property owner a notice telling them to take care of the issue. DSNY tells us in a statement, in part, after the notice is issued and the date expires, DSNY will inspect the property, and if it is still dirty and accessible, not fenced or locked, we clean it. DSNY must go through this process each time when addressing a private property. In Canarsie, Hannah Klieger, News 12 Brooklyn.
Hannah, thank you for that update. Now, we did try reaching out to the property owner to ask about this ongoing issue. We have not been able to get in touch. Meanwhile, this week we highlighted a student who took matters into her own hands, creating a unique look for prom, and other students who honored the family of a very special Brooklynite. News 12 Brooklyn's Gianna Gelosi has these stories and more in your neighborhood brief.
Hey Brooklynites, hope you're having a great weekend. Here's a look at some of the things that happened around the borough this week. Prom night is one of the most exciting times for teenagers, but finding the right dress can be a bit of a challenge, especially when your budget is tight. One Brooklyn student took matters into her own hands. This prom dress was designed by student Rafayat Olasun Kanmi and sewn with the help of her art teacher. The senior originally thought if she took the design of the dress she did to an affordable tailor, it would be less expensive than buying one, but it ended up being $700. So she told her art teacher, who suggested making one from scratch.
So proud and happy, and I could see it in her face when she was wearing on the prom dress.
Prom was amazing. It was better than what I imagined it to be. You know, when you think about something, but you don't want to have too much expectation from it because you don't want to feel disappointed. But prom was actually really good.
Sharing the streets of New York can be tough. The increase in cyclists on the road has led to tension with drivers, especially cab drivers. Wednesday afternoon, some of them tried to smooth things over. Drivers ditched their seatbelts for helmets and pedaled along with cycling advocates for a ride through Bushwick and Williamsburg. Along the way, the two sides shared their perspectives of how they operate on the road and how that affects one another. The event was organized by the Taxi and Limousine Commission to change the conversation that typically only exists in shouts and foul language.
I thought it was really eye-opening, and I think it was great to ride with DOT, to ride with the TLC, to ride with these FHV vehicle, the Uber and Lyft people. I think it was fantastic.
Descendants of the first African-American principal in New York City, honored by students at PS9 in Prospect Heights. Ellen Holly and family were given a special gift by students, a portrait of Holly's great-great-aunt, Sarah Smith Garnett. Sarah Smith Garnett was the first African-American principal in New York City, and the staff at PS9 say Garnett will also be the name of the new school. The school says Sarah Smith Garnett is replacing Tunis G. Bergen, a Brooklyn politician who the school says supported slavery and made it harder for African Americans and women to vote. Holly says her great-great-aunt would have been very proud to know that the students worked together to change the school's name.
Thanks to the marvelous kids at this school, they signed petitions and to try and change the name.
It took my breath away. I was just so amazed because knowing that one of her family members was here to support us in renaming the school.
And that big portrait, well, Holly says she'll definitely make room for it at home. I'm Gianna Gelosi, and that's your Brooklyn Neighborhood Brief.
Manhattan Beach, you're watching News 12 Brooklyn, as local news gets.